Hi and welcome to the Swedish Graphene show. My name is Jonas Lövendahl and with me is Jon Wingborg and we work for SIO Grafen, and today we will guide you through this show that will let you in on some updates from this growing and exciting market.
And with us today we have 8 fantastic companies that works with graphene and 2D materials, and this will be the really new big companies in Sweden.
But first, let's find out something about graphene, this super material, what it is and how it is made. So check this out.
The Simple Show explains graphene. This is graphene. Let's call him Mr. G. He is the first material that is two-dimensional. This gives him a unique set of properties. Since 1859, many scientists were looking for graphene using complex experiments. But the first crystals of graphene were discovered in 2004 using a very simple and effective method, namely ordinary Scotch tape. During Friday evening experiments in Manchester, scientists noticed small parts of graphene on the tape used to clean a graphite stone. The two scientists, Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoselov, were awarded with the Nobel Prize in Physics 2010 for this simple but groundbreaking experiment. Thanks to the Scotch tape method, this area of science grew extremely quickly, and today hundreds of laboratories all over the world deal with different aspects of G research. What makes Mr. G a really super material is the combination of his unique properties. G is the first 2D crystal ever known to us, the thinnest object ever obtained, and also the lightest one. G is the world's strongest material, harder than diamond and about 300 times stronger than steel. G conducts electricity, much better than copper. G is a transparent material. G is bendable and can take any form you want. And this unique super material gave birth to a new class of crystals that also are just 1 atom thin. And what's more fantastic is that these can be shuffled with each other to engineer new materials on demand to meet the special needs of different industries. All these factors moved graphene swiftly from the G Research Laboratory to the G Marketplace, driven by demand from industries where such super materials are required. Aerospace, automotive, electronics, energy storage, coatings and paints, communications, sensor, solar, oil, etc. Thanks to mass production methods intensively being developed, expect to meet Mr. G in person soon. Get more information at graphene-flagship.eu.
Hi, now we will talk about how you make graphene, how you produce it. We got flakes and we got films, and I guess it all comes down to how graphene is made. So how does it work?
Yeah, exactly. So the flakes are typically made in a top-down approach. Mm-hmm. So basically you take graphite and make it thinner and thinner until you have graphene. Mm-hmm. The films, on the other hand, you kind of do the other way around. You build them up atom by atom, typically from a gas. However, you can make films also from the flakes, but then it's a different type of film that has completely different application areas.
If I have I have a piece of graphite, could you show me now, could we peel it down to graphene right now? Is it that easy?
Well, on one hand, yes. Depending on what it is that you want to do. So actually, the people that got the Nobel Prize, they did pretty much that. They took a little piece of graphite, used some Scotch tape, and just took out the single layer. So yes, it is possible. However, if you want to do this in an industrial process, it's a bit more tricky. The general principle is that you take a powder of graphite instead, you put it in water, you add, for example, a soap, something to keep it from agglomerating. You put it into something that can create shear forces, so something like a kitchen mixer. And you run this for a few minutes and you get graphene. And this is possible. It has been shown that you can do it exactly this way. But in reality, in industrial processes, you don't just use a normal soap. You don't use a normal kitchen mixer. And unfortunately, you don't get perfect graphene either. Instead, what you get is something with a huge size distribution. So in order to get the material that you want, afterwards you can do some size separation. And then you can select which type of material that you want for your application.
SIO Grafen kickstarted the industrial development of graphene and 2D materials in Sweden. We have created a national ecosystem with the best companies, the best entrepreneurs, the best researchers in the area. And they are working together in order to fulfill our vision, and that is to use graphene and 2D materials to solve the challenges of today. So far, during 8 years, over 200 organizations all around Sweden and also some international partners have been active in projects within SIO Grafen. And the investment is quite substantial in new development, new knowledge, new use of graphene and 2D materials. If you're interested and want to know more about graphene, 2D materials or the national ecosystem in Sweden, please contact us. SIO Grafen is an open arena and what we do, our workshops, our conferences, we welcome everybody. For one example is the Swedish Graphene Forum, a conference we hold each year. And at that conference we present a lot of exciting results from projects and you can meet the ecosystem. So I hope to see you there.
I am Jari Kinaret, the director of the Graphene flagship. 10 years ago, when we planned the Graphene flagship, the activity was mostly in the academic domain, and impact was created through publications in journals like Science and Nature. Thus far, we have published about 5,000 publications, which have been cited about 200,000 times. Over the years, we have consciously steered the flagship towards more applied topics, and focus has moved from measuring publications to other indicators, such as applied and granted patents, created new companies, and products launched on the market. One witness of this transition is our 11 industrially led spearhead projects that pursue specific commercially motivated applications in areas like autonomous driving, clean water and air, more efficient batteries, and new systems for aviation. Graphene flagship partners have created more than a dozen new companies in areas such as photonics, medical technologies, and materials production, which have jointly received tens of millions of euros of private funding. They continue to evolve under commercial terms, which is yet another indicator that the Graphene flagship is delivering what it promised.
Thank you, Jari and Elisabeth and Johan. That was very interesting to hear from you. Now we have laid the foundation of this show, just showing what graphene is, how it's made, and what like large initiatives are surrounding the market. But now let's head on.
Now we will hear more from our 8 fantastic companies, as they will tell more about how they can use graphene and other 2D materials, both for our commercial application and also how this can be used for a more sustainable world.
Yes, and as we know, the market is growing, these companies are picking up speed. So let's start out with Graphene from Uppsala.
Humanity must urgently break its dependence on fossil fuels. To reach the Paris Agreement target, we need to bend the emission curve immediately and get down to net zero by 2050. Hydrogen is a key player in this race. It has an energy density that's substantially higher than diesel or gasoline, and it's suitable as fuel for cars, trucks, airplanes, buses, and more, as well as for use in industry, for domestic heating, and backup power storage over longer periods of time. Storage and transportation are challenging, however. Why? Because hydrogen needs to be stored under extreme conditions, both when it comes to pressures and drastic temperature changes. And for the materials that can handle those conditions, hydrogen tends to escape through. Safety regulations ensure that the amount of leaked hydrogen won't lead to explosions or flames. But the allowed amount of leakage still has a negative impact on the climate. Hydrogen actually has a global warming potential that's at least 6 times higher than that of carbon dioxide, which both reduces the climate benefits of hydrogen and affects the economy.
In our race to zero, it's easy to overlook the technical challenges and the potential trade-offs of excellent solutions.
Mitigating the leakage of hydrogen is vital to allow for a hydrogen society economy.
Graphene is developing cutting-edge material technologies that can help maximize the benefits of a hydrogen society without compromising on the environment or the economic return.
Aros graphene technology by Graphene improves the properties of the barrier material significantly. It also safeguards that the material retains its properties over time under high pressure, regardless of temperature. Graphene. We make it possible to store and transport hydrogen safely and efficiently. Do you want to know more? Contact us.
Hi Simon, so why did you join the 2D world?
It's a great question. So coming from a business development background, I think that the opportunity to explore a new and emerging technology area such as 2D materials, that in combination with something as fundamental as a material, that really excited me. So when the opportunity presented itself, I didn't think twice.
Yeah. And what's the unique with Smina's technology?
So essentially we take a pretty unremarkable raw material, and in this material we create small structures. And these structures, they essentially supercharge the material, so making it more catalytically viable or more sensitive to certain gases.
And how can Smina's technology be used for a more sustainable world?
So one example would be to use it as a catalytic material in the production of hydrogen and removing previously hard to find and expensive materials in the production, as such enabling a more scalable hydrogen production economy.
Yeah. And what's the next phase now for you?
So we're currently conducting some projects together with industry actors, but at the same time exploring new and exciting opportunities for our material. So nailing down those projects and seeing what else lies in store.
Sounds fantastic, and look forward to see what's happened with you in the future.
Thank you.
In a world constantly progressing with innovations, we, Smart High Tech, is bringing a portfolio of solutions to support the ever-pacing evolution of electronic devices that needs cooling. With Smart High Tech, the future is here. We keep it cool. Approaching the introduction of 5G, the cooling of electronic becomes even more crucial. Founded by Yuan Liu, professor at Chalmers University of Technology, SHT is cooling down electronics, CPUs and GPUs with graphene. We are an academic, high technology company innovating the industry. SHT's patent solutions has up to 10 times better thermal performance than our competitors. The energy saving is up to 70%. Sustainability is the key. We keep it cool with minimum impact on the environment, our contribution to saving our planet. Smart High Tech is in full control of the development and the production of the material. We have production sites in Gothenburg, Sweden and in Shanghai, China. Smart High Tech is using nanotechnology to design the graphene structure in order to optimize the thermal characteristics to cool down electronics. Our vision is to become one of the world's leading suppliers of nano-based solutions for all sorts of thermal management applications. Our mission is to sell tailor-made materials, processing know-how and licenses in thermal management areas with high degree of automation. With our products, the efficiency level go up intensively while saving product life and the environment at the same time. We keep it cool.
Yeah, hello Sebastian.
Hello.
So what's the story behind Tenotech?
Well, it all started by Ulysses' PhD studies at Chalmers, where he had a vision of producing graphene without harmful chemicals. Then taking graphene properties, combining with industry demand for sustainable materials, we saw that here we can really add value and make a difference. So we started Tenotech.
Yeah. And how can this be used for a more sustainable world?
Yes, good question. We can integrate our technology material either by replacing other chemicals that is not that good, or enhancing the system by prolonging the durability or increasing the performance, reducing waste.
And when can we see your product on the market?
Glad you asked. We have it already here actually. So you can order graphene dispersion from our website, and in parallel with that we're developing a graphene film which we now can provide in 4x4 centimeters, but we're still improving it, so expect to have a better version in end of 2023.
And what's the next phase for you now?
Now we're validating the impact of graphene in different types of applications. So we're looking for collaborations to test and validate it in. So basically that, and scaling our production process.
Yeah. I wish you best of luck and look forward to see what's happening here in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Erik Hronowski, CEO of Graphene. We produce graphene inks, which we then use to coat different fibers for composite materials, thus that we can obtain advanced multifunctional composite materials. One of the functions which we can obtain when we coat glass fiber by graphene is that it will be able to radiate the heat upon connection of electricity. Thus, we can have heating function embedded inside of the composite. That can be interesting for de-icing applications, for example.
Hi, I'm Mike Żybak. I'm Technical Director of Graphene. Now I will tell you what we can contribute to the natural fibers and natural-based composites. This is hemp fiber, which is coated with graphene. After our coating, each hemp fiber is encapsulated into graphene flakes, and it protects each fiber against humidity and water. After we coat glass fiber with graphene, it becomes fire resistant. Watch here. It's a bare glass fiber and it melts like in a few seconds when the flame is more than 1000 degrees. And now watch what is happening when glass fiber is coated with graphene. Nothing is happening to the structure of glass fiber due to temperature is distributed homogeneously on a high area.
We see very clear functions of graphene, and that's why we believe in graphene potential for composites. And Graphene will bring graphene potential to the world of composites. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. Gavin, so why did you start Glentex?
Thank you. So I've been working with graphene for a long time with respect to using its functionality and so on, and primarily in plastics. And this led us to see that graphene has a huge potential in modifying material properties, so advancing plastics. And this is amazing because we realize it has a huge applicability in sustainable plastics, or making plastics more sustainable. And that is what led to the journey for Glentex.
Yeah. And where are Glentex today?
Absolutely. So today Glentex is taking the technology from the lab to the industry. We've been working with industrial partners and collaborators developing products where they can utilize the potential of graphene in their plastics.
And why is graphene important?
Well, graphene has huge potential. It is multifunctional. But primarily graphene is like a canvas for us. It's like a blank canvas. It's beautiful. We can work with it. We can be creative around it with respect to the graphene chemistry. And this lets us modify the plastics the way we want. And that is the key. And that is exactly why we use graphene.
And what's the next phase for Glentex now?
The next phase for Glentex is to take the technology from the lab to the industry, basically scaling up our technology and showing its potential to the world.
Yeah, looks exciting. So wish you best of luck, and for you, the listener here, don't hesitate to contact us if you need to contact Glentex, and look forward to a lot of new collaborations.
Absolutely, and thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Incredibly thin, light, stretchable, stronger than steel and highly conductive, graphene is considered to enable faster, lighter, safer and more sustainable technology, bringing you service that you would only dream of today. Despite the great potential of graphene, the development is slow. Today's graphene is mostly made from mined graphite with limited abilities. Producers struggle to achieve high and reliable quality. Bright Day Graphene is here to make a difference. Patents has been established and technology developed for large-scale production of high-quality and truly sustainable graphene. No toxic substances added. Bright-Day Graphene is made from a residual product from the forest industry, lignin.
Bright-Day Graphene started when Anna and I met, and she told me about all her product ideas for a more sustainable energy society. And I was talking about sustainable business models and value-driven companies. And the result of our discussions was Bright-Day Graphene.
Where do you get your brilliant ideas from?
Most of them come from the inside through pictures or feelings or knowings, but many also come during conversations.
The environmentally friendly manufacturing process results in a genuinely high and reliable graphene quality. Bigger and thinner flakes of transparent graphene and graphene oxide are generated. Paving the way to serious mass production, an industrial pilot will start in 2022.
Thank you to all companies. That is very impressive.
And this is just a small part of the graphene community. So if you need contact any of these companies or other partners in Sweden, and just contact us at info@siografen.se.
Yes, and if you want to collaborate, that's how SIO Grafen has been working for 9 years. Please reach out and we'll get you in touch with the right people or the right companies.
And you can also join our events. The next event now is a spring meeting that we regularly have every year. This will be in Skövde, 27th of April, and is free of charge. So sign up for that one. And we later this year also have the annual Swedish Graphene Forum that will be in Lund, where you will see the top notch of the latest graphene product in Sweden with an industrial touch.
Yes, exciting times lies ahead. So thank you very much for this. Thank you for watching. And we'll hope to see you around in this future of graphene and other 2D materials.
Thank you.